Money is complicated. It takes money to make money. All debt is bad debt. Save money. Own a company. These are all myths. Hi, it's Chaminda Tenekun here. I'm going to talk about 5 money myths today. Firstly, money is complicated. That's a myth. It's not complicated, but they make it sound complicated so that you don't understand. The more you don't understand, the more you don't try to do anything with the money. What you do is you just save. You let the people who know about money to deal with your money, and then you just go from payroll to payroll, paycheck to paycheck, month by month, and then you start saving money. That's what the Fed wants. That's what the government wants. If you want to become rich, wealthy, then you need to understand more about money. So money is simple. First myth is money is complicated. It's not complicated. It's simple. You need to understand that. It's like you go to a doctor and you have a pain somewhere in your head, and then you say, okay, there's this pain coming from my head, and the doctor's gonna check you up, and then the doctor's gonna say, okay, you got cephalalgia. I'm gonna give you some acetaminophen. You're thinking, oh my god, what the hell is this? I didn't have this before. But what he said is, you have a headache and I'm going to give you paracetamol. But he didn't say that. He said, you've got cephalalgia and I'm going to give you acetaminophen, to make it sound complicated so that you're not going to, argue with him. You're not going to say anything because you don't know about it. Similarly, money is simple. You need to start understanding. Anything is complicated when you don't know about it, but once you get to know about it, it becomes simple. That's the first myth. Second myth, it takes money to make money. It does not take money to make money. If you take the billionaires, 90% of the billionaires or 90% of the millionaires are self-made millionaires. They didn't have money initially. What they had was 4 things. They had the courage. They took massive action. They were creative. You have to have the creativity, and you have to be persistent. In order to achieve this, you need to be persistent, you need to be creative, you need to take massive action, and then you have to have the courage. So this is what makes you money. That's what gives you money in the long run. If you watched Undercover Billionaires, you can see how they make $1 million within 3 months. So you got to learn how to make money. The third myth is, all debt is bad debt. All debt is not bad debt. As long as the debt is invested in a good investment where you get passive income more than the cost of the debt, then you're good. For example, you borrow $100,000 and the cost of the debt is, say, $10,000, so it's 110. But if you're making 150 using that debt, or you're making 200,000 using that debt, then it's not a bad debt. But if you're using that to buy a car or buy for an expense, then it's a bad debt, because it's not going to make you any money. It's going to be a cost, and you're going to be paying money, and you're going to be paying interest towards that cost that you incurred. Say, for example, when you can buy a normal car, you buy a Ferrari, and you borrow 100,000 to buy a Ferrari, that's going to be a bad debt. Or you choose to go on a vacation, you take a loan of 20,000 or maybe 10,000, and then you go on a vacation, and that becomes a bad debt because it's an expense and there's no income created. The fourth money myth is save money. They say save money, save for a rainy day. They say save for 3 months, save 3 months earnings. They say 6 months earnings or 1 year earnings. So if something happens to you, you've got to save. What happens when you save is the money depreciates over time. You have, say, 1 year's worth savings in the bank, and what the bank does is they lend money. They make money using your money, and you are just keeping the money in the bank. And say you saved 100,000 and you keep that in the bank, the 100,000 in 5 years doesn't worth the same 100,000. It's worth probably about 80,000 now, because the money has depreciated, the money value has depreciated. If you start making money, you will have money coming in anyway for a rainy day. So that's the money mentality. People who are rich, people who are wealthy, they don't save money, they don't have money lying in the bank. What they do is invest every penny, and then they start making money from every penny they earn. The fifth money myth is you got to own a business in order to become rich, become wealthy. No, that's not correct, because if you take Paul Allen for example, at the time he died, he was worth $20 billion, and he was the 44th richest man in the US in the top list. So if you look at people like Paul Allen, you'll understand that you don't have to be the top. He was second to Bill Gates, second in command, but he was very rich. So you don't have to be the top, you don't have to own a company, you don't have to be the CEO to make money or to become rich. These are the 5 myths. Money is complicated, it takes money to make money, all debt is bad debt, save money and own a company. These are all myths. You don't need to own a company, you don't have to save money, you got to invest money. All debt is not bad debt, there is good debt, and it doesn't take money, it takes courage, it takes action, it takes persistence, and it takes creativity. And money is simple. If you get to know about money, it becomes so simple. But you need to learn about money, learn about investing, learn about how to capitalize on your strengths, and work on your strengths and give value in the marketplace so you can make more money and become wealthy. Thank you for watching. Take care.